I brought the words to her, and I didn't have a melody.
Danny was a rather bitter young man in those days, and he just very surlily threw this lyric over on the desk. And this is the way it happened, Danny. And he said, "Here's a thing I wrote last night. If you think it's any good, put a tune to it. If you don't, throw it in the wastebasket." And I read the lyric, and I just about fell out.
It was at 57 or 58?
57. And the melody came so simply to that song. I just sang it right out.
Well, you just sat down at that old piano and just
Just
played
sang
it
it
the first
right
time,
out.
really.
I taught it to Lefty in the hotel before he recorded. That old Sam Davis hotel. And I was sitting there and I was listening to all these things he was getting ready to cut. And in the back of my mind, I said, I know Long Black Veil's better than anything he has. And finally, I worked up the courage and I said, I want you to listen to this one. And I took him in the kitchen and sang it to him. No accompaniment. Just sang it.
There was 3 elements.
Yeah, you want to get into that? Yeah, I can do that quickly. I took the story of Rudolph Valentino, the woman that for many years came to the Valentino grave and placed a wreath of flowers on the grave in a long black veil, a long black limousine, as a matter of fact, and on a long black veil. And that was my long black veil. The other, Vic McAlpin, a dear friend of mine and a great songwriter, had a song that Red Foley had a great record on called God Walks These Hills With Me. So that was the walk in the hills, I guess. There was a priest many years ago in New Jersey, I believe, that was murdered, just literally slaughtered, under a streetlight somewhere in Trenton, New Jersey, I think. They never found the man that did it. There was no less than 30 maybe witnesses to it. He was the most beloved man in his town, and nobody ever knew why he was killed nor who did it. Then I needed one more ingredient, and I spent a week on this. And at the time, my wife was Annie Lou, and this, in that half sleep before you go to sleep completely, there's that twilight zone in there, you know, and that's when it came to me. I didn't know what he did. I had him hung, I had her walking the hills, and I had everything. He said, "What did the guy do? How did he get in such a shape?" And suddenly I jumped right up in bed and I said, "I got it. I know what he did. I know what he did." And she said, "What?" And I said, "He was in the arms of his best friend's wife." And that was the thing that brought it all together. Then it made sense. This, of course, is all just made up. But I've heard this so many times, so many ways. I wonder if it didn't happen somewhere, sometime.
10 years ago, on a cold, dark night, there was someone killed 'neath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, but they all agreed that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. The judge said, "Son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die." I spoke not a word, though it made my life, for I had been in the arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The sky flows high and eternity near. She stood in the crowd and shed not a tear. But sometimes at night, when the cold wind moans in a long black veil, She cries o'er my bones. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Nobody